Yo, it's your boy Namikaze King, and this is my first what if, and this what if would be what if Naruto had the ultimate Dojustu, the Jogen. Let's get into the video and let's start. Chapter 1, the opening arc. Two boys stood in the center of the dome of a mirror made of ice. The first boy had black hair and wore a blue shirt and khaki shorts. He had red eyes as a result of his newly awakened blood, the Sharingan. He had two Tomo in his right eye and one Tomo in his left. As a result, he was now able to catch a glimpse of his opponent as he passed above their heads. He skillfully dodged volley after volley of Senbon needles. Through with each attack, two or three more struck him in various places all over his body. He was the pride of the Konoha, the last prodigy of once almighty Uchiha clan. His name is Uchiha Sasuke. The second boy had bright blonde hair, vivid sapphire eyes, and wore a orange jumpsuit. He wasn't fairly nearly as well as his teammate. He also had three whiskers like birthmark on his right cheek. While he did best to dodge the Senbon, he was not agile enough, nor could he see the minute needles, unlike his partner. He was lucky if two or three Senbon from each attack missed him. He was the bane of Konoha, as well as his number one hyperactive, unpredictable knucklehead ninja. He was the legacy of the Yonde Hokage, the Jinchuriki of Kyuubi no Kitsune. His name, Uzumaki Naruto. Their opponent was incredibly fast. Sasuke was barely faster than the Nuken under normal criticism stance. Within the dome of the ice mirror he had created, Zabuza's perfect tool was too much for them, even combined. Seeing a movement of weakness, the Nuken contracted of his attack on Naruto. What happened next surprised both boys even more than the sudden shift of their full attack. Naruto could only helplessly watch as the needle came closer and closer to him. Strange as even steadily started to become clear. If events hasn't progressed as they did, he might have just been dismissed it as his own assessment of fate. However, fate decided to intervene not once, but twice. Before he knew it, he was on the ground, knocked on his feet. His teammate Sasuke, who now looked like a human pincushion, why? Why? As a very shocked Naruto, Sasuke had a equal shock look on his face. I don't know. My body just moved on its own. It was all he could manage to get before collapsing on the ground. Sasuke! Naruto Grace, the raven-haired teen, looked up at his blonde teammate. His eyes had gone back into their original ox color. That man, my brother, I told myself I wouldn't die until I kill him. Sasuke whispered. You don't die. Sasuke's eyes closed for the final time. His entire body has gone slack. Naruto closed his eyes, trying to hold back the pain. A myriad, I really don't know how to say that word, of emotions ran through his mind. Sadness at the loss of a friend. Disappointment in his own weakness. Frustration at not being able to defeat their opponent. So many emotions at one time, all ready to burst at any moment. He protected a precious person while knowing it was a trap, and he still decided to jump in. He was a shinobi that deserves respect, said the masked boy. Is this the first time of your friends dying of yours? This is the way of a shinobi. Shut up, was all Naruto whispered. Power, raw, untamed power coursed through his veins. First, it manifested in a fiery red spire. The red chakra was fierce, angry, and filled with more malice and hatred than Zabuza had ever felt, and that Kakashi only felt once before. The seal, thought Kakashi. Has it been broken? That power, no, it's not. It's not. Kakashi was the thought that ran through Zabuza's head. Meanwhile, the masked boy watched in horror and bewilderment. Don't really know how to say that word. It's gonna be some words in here that I don't know how to pronounce. I'm just gonna be honest here. Naruto looked directly at him. His vivid blue eyes were now red and with untamed fury, and the pupils were slittled. I'll rip you apart. That chakra, it's impossible. Chakra can't change like this, the masked boy thought. He was frozen in terror at the radical change Naruto was going through. In such evil chakra, the red chakra formed a fox above. Naruto Naruto. The symbol needles that had betrayed various points in his body suddenly shot at his body, which was shaking in unbridled range. Suddenly, the wounds all over his body began to heal. Before the masked boy eyes, his wounds, they're healing. This boy, what is he? It was what happened next. The solidified Naruto reputation as Gon's number one unpredictable knucklehead ninja. Naruto fell off. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Fell off his head with a sinister red fury chakra. Became black and more cold. Yet the black flames seemed to stand when more intensity than the red ones. Even though the chakra had changed, again the whiskers marks had become thicker and more defined and not receded, and his eyes were still blood red and silted. Kakashi and Zabuza stood in rows as each of their respective areas. Sakura and even Tanja cringed at the change in chakra that centered the air around them. It was incredibly strong. The fact that Tazuna could feel it was a testament to the fact. Sakura was frightened. She had no clue what was going on. She couldn't see anyone through the mist. She barely see Tazuna as he was right next to her. The foreign chakra was so far and strong than everything she had felt. It's far surpassed anything she had felt either from Kakashi or Sasuke-kun combined. She was so unsettled by the functions of the feeling of the chakra gave off. It only could be felt a little at first. Desperation, fear, hopelessness, and then hate, anger, and malice. The feeling came with such intensity she could almost taste the killing intent in the air. As frightened as she was of it, she was glad that the source was not in her direct area. However, she was feeling her change. The hate, the anger was still there, but it was more controlled, more lethal and deadly. The killing intent was more focused and no longer had felt. It was consuming everything in the area. However, it was still as strong, if not stronger than a few moments ago. Kakashi was different than Sakura. He felt familiar with the killing intent. He immediately had flashbacks of the Kabui. I can, oh my god, Kabu. Okay, I messed up badly on that. Kamui no Kitsu attack on Konoha 12 years ago. He had felt the immediately need to deal with Zabuza quick so that he could do whatever it was what happened to Naruto. Now through he could only bid well at the familiar feeling the chakra had given off. It it can't be, Kakashi said, looking over in the direction that he felt Naruto chakra coming from. Impossible, Kakashi said. One of your students is doing something they shouldn't be able to do, and Kakashi said Zabuza with some amusement. Naruto just awakened a Genkai thought to have been wiped out 12 years ago, said Kakashi. Not even bothered to hide his astonishment. Oh, you think that will be enough for him to defeat Haku? Asked Zabuza in half amused, half disbelief, being told. Due to this more unique circumstances, I'll be willing to bet that he'll be able to beat both of us. Of he used the effective as you use it of its power, said Kakashi. Oh, and what could actually give him the power to do that? Asked Zabuza. Although he was curious to know what could Kakashi's reaction, he could not help to think but the copycat nin was overstanding his student's ability. Then again, Haku took a vested interest in the Uzumaki, while the Uchiha hardly caught his attention at all. The Jogen was Kakashi's simple reply. Two simple words that even made Zabuza start having second thoughts and about the annoying and over loud blonde ninja. How can you be sure about that? He asked his opponent. The Jogen was famous and feared above all, respected even by those belonging to the seven swordsmen of the mist. I've only felt chocolate like this in the presence of another person, and it was unforgettable then as it was now, explained Kakashi. But my sensei had never any other family. He was the only one with the Jogen in the village, meaning he was the only way Naruto could have it. Kakashi eyes widened at the revelation. I'm gonna stop right here as I don't want it to be too long, and yeah. Thanks for watching this video, and I'm gonna do part 2 on Saturday.